Hey, people like to make disorders seem quirky, and I know this isn't a new concept because, Tumblr has always been doing this back in the day, especially. However, there's been like a rise in people misusing words on TikTok and kind of Twitter that to do with these specific disorders or things along those lines. I've made other videos that have another video that's kind of been related to this, and I kind of wanted to just piggyback off that. And just get out of the way. I'm autistic. I have the autism trump card. I'm allowed to speak on this. My opinion on this is I'd say it's kind of valid. This is one. I don't know if it's a TikTok or real. I don't know. Where it was just like me after purposely ignoring texts from people that I currently like because I'm going through a sensory overload. I need at least 5 to 10 minutes for a factory reset. And I saw this and I saved it immediately and was like, I would like to have a little yap about this because there's a lot of TikTok similar to this. If I find some, I'm gonna put some more examples here to do with the word hyperfixation, non-verbal, overstimulated, and it's like people are just misusing them so crazy. There's a whole conversation of are these words specifically for neurodivergent people? So people got autism, people got ADHD, people that may apply for BPD. Kind of neurodivergence or disorders along those lines. I'm no professional, so I'm not going to be like, guys, only I'm allowed to say the word because I think words like overstimulated maybe could apply to people who are maybe not autistic or not have ADHD or things along those lines. But what gets me is the fact that people are just misusing them. But things like not replying to messages, I feel like that's more like you can be overwhelmed. There's nothing wrong with saying the word overwhelmed. I feel like TikTok and Twitter fall into such this thing of they need to use buzzwords to make the video pop off type thing. Where it's we can't just say overwhelmed. We need to say the new quirky word, which is overstimulated, or which I don't know. To me personally, I'd say overstimulated is all my sensory issues are acting up. Does that make? That's how I would personally describe being overstimulated. Where it's there's too much going on, and I need to have a day off, basically. So the 5-10 thing in that one TikTok was I don't think I've ever calmed down in 5 to 10 minutes over anything in my life. I think that goes for most people. You can calm down in 5 to 10 minutes, that's crazy. There's other ones, for example, hyperfixation. I'm seeing people use that word, and again, I don't know if that's an exclusively neurodivergent thing, so I'm not going to be you can't use it. But you can say fixated on something where you're really sucked into doing something, you're fixated. And again, it's more of a thing of people are misusing it. It's not even I don't know, I'm seeing some very, I don't want to call people stupid because, it's more misinformed, miseducated with certain words. And I know a lot of people don't mean it, using these words wrong in a malicious thing. I just realised my camera is so, I know a lot of people are trying to be malicious when using these words. However, I do remember one specific Twitter user who made some tweet about making autism quirky, and then meanwhile they're calling people autistic in a mean way. So it's you can't pick and choose when you kind of think autism is quirky and then also use it as an insult. I don't know, it's weird. But I also think sensory overload and overstimulated kind of fit in the same category where people are misusing them in the same way. But I don't know, people are just using it when they mean the word overwhelmed. Or I don't know, people just use it in very incorrect context. And the worst one of all, in my opinion, is people, going non-verbal at the function, going non-verbal at this. And I'm going to put ignore the plaster on my hand, I just realised it's a clear plaster. Okay, I don't need to go into detail. But I think this is the most misused one of all time, at least within the last I want to say the last 6 months. I've seen those people using the word non-verbal when they just mean shutting the fuck up. Brother in Christ, you are not going non-verbal. You would just finally shut it up. I don't know where else to tell you. There's just so many incorrect things about it, where it's just when people are saying going non-verbal, that in itself is kind of just wrong, purely because if you're non-verbal, you can't speak, full stop. I know there's there's a lot of autistic people who are fully non-verbal, cannot speak, and they use other ways to communicate rather than talking. So going non-verbal kind of doesn't work. It's more of it would be something more of a verbal shutdown or selective mutism. which, like, again, I don't even know if that's the correct thing, because, you know, I'm not the end all be all of I know everything about autism, even though I am autistic myself. I'm not going to be like, guys, I'm the autistic one that you look to for all your information. Like, no, I don't know everything. Everybody's different. I don't know, certain terms are used and sometimes they go like out of date of using them, if that makes sense. Or like, I don't know. I always stick to a verbal shutdown or selective mutism, or I don't know whether going mute would also be correct. Like, I have no idea about that one. I just know non-verbal is just not the correct term. And I'm seeing it a lot with people. Like, I don't know. I feel like people can have like a verbal shutdown or wherever, regardless of being neurodivergent, I feel maybe. But so, again, I'm not 100% sure. But a lot of people just mean it when they finally stop talking. When they have 5 minutes of not talking, they're like, guys, I'm going non-verbal. And they're like, that's not correct. You fucking mooing. Yeah, mogged. But yeah, again, it's just like one of those like buzzwords that I'm seeing. I feel like I'm seeing non-verbal more on Twitter. It's like going non-verbal at the function, or like I can't remember, I saw one. And again, I don't want to like fully like police people on saying words, because, you know, what am I gonna do? Be like, don't say that. But it's just more of like, I think a lot of people are just kind of miseducated about it. So I'm not gonna be like, all of you are ableist and you're doing this on purpose to whatever, because I genuinely don't think that's the case for, like, you know, 99% of people. Because, like, I think the internet just finds words without the full context and meaning, and then they kind of just run with it, and it's like new like buzzword of like the month. And also, I don't like to police what people are saying on the internet, because you don't know who's autistic, you don't know who's ADHD, neurodivergent, undiagnosed, blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean? So you can't just be like, guys, you can't say this because you don't know what. It's just more of being informed of what these words actually mean and the weight some of them actually carry, if that makes sense. The only reason I tried to kind of make a video on this, because I'm really passionate about autism things, because I'm autistic and I feel like there's not enough autistic people coming out and speaking about things with certain things. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. I also just like to waffle, so, you know, that's why I like to make YouTube and talk. It just annoys me because I feel like terms like non-verbal and overstimulated especially are kind of just being really watered down when there's someone who's genuinely, you know, having a verbal shutdown, who have gone mute, who have whatever you want to call it, or like if someone is genuinely overstimulated, I feel like it doesn't get taken as seriously in a way, because people are like, oh my god, that's like the silly word of the month. You know what I mean? It's like, if I was like, I'm overstimulated and I'm genuinely overstimulated, I don't want to have their reply being like, OMG, same, or like real. Like, no, I'm struggling right now. Like, and this isn't the first time stuff like this happens, because again, Tumblr and Twitter have existed on the internet for like forever, and people love the idea of having a mental illness or like a disorder, and like, you know, one of the quirky parts of a little parts of it or whatever. But that's just like my main issue with this, more of just like words are being watered down, and then when people are genuinely feeling this way, it kind of gets taken less seriously. I don't know whether this video might be shorter than usual. And also sorry for not posting for the last like couple of weeks. Editing shit was playing up so bad, and I was just like, you know what? I'll just give my PC a break, and it fixed itself. So I don't know. But yeah, if you enjoyed, make sure you like. It helps me a lot. And if you sub, we're really close to 100 subscribers. And comment down below your opinions. I would like to know. And thank you for watching me yap, and hopefully this could possibly, you know, help people understand what these words actually mean. I don't know. See you in the next one. Bye!